Today we got a story of a Karen who is super entitled and just thought that she could literally do anything, but karma catches up with her and she gets arrested. You simply love to see it. Let's call today's subscriber who submitted the story. Let's call this guy Jeff. So anyways, what you gotta know is Jeff works at a burger stand over the summer. So Jeff is not the one making the burgers, but he's the one taking the orders. He's the one relaying the orders. He's kind of the guy at the cash register. There's about, I think, 2 other people behind there making the burgers and shakes or whatever else they sell. And this all happened one day when Jeff unfortunately had an encounter with a Karen. So anyways, Jeff is just sitting there. It's a hot summer's day. He's, looking at the time. It's like 2 in the afternoon. It's kind of the end of lunch, of kind of like the lunch rush. He gets off at 4. He knows it's going to be probably going to be a slow next 2 hours, but he can already feel like he can already feel 4 p.m. coming around. He can go back home, I don't know, watch the new show that's coming out. I don't even know. But he was 100% wrong when he thought that it was going to be a slow next 2 hours, because all of a sudden, the Karen, bum, 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 exits her car. It's almost like dramatic theme music starts to play in his head. And actually, at the time, Jeff had no idea. He just saw another woman pull up, get out of the car, You know what? If someone is named Karen or they have a Karen haircut, don't assume that they're the worst. There's a lot of good people named Karen. There's a lot of good people with the Karen haircut. However, this individual with the Karen haircut was a Karen. You hate to see it. But anyways, this woman walks out of the car and is walking towards the stand. And Jeff is like, all right, well, got another customer, just standard affairs. And so the Karen comes up and asks for the special burger. And at the burger stand, they kind of had a burger of the day, and it was always something new, something kind of special. And, it was sometimes a little bit more experimentary. Like, it wasn't, they were trying new things. It wasn't your standard burger, cheese, patty, done, type burger. It had a little extra thing on it. Maybe it's a turkey burger. They just kind of mix it up. So Jeff even gave like a warning when someone like ordered it, being like, all right, well, we kind of like mess around every day and try something new, so it's going to be a little bit more out there. And the Karen said, that's fine. She pays for the burger and goes to sit down. And within 5 minutes or so, the burger's ready. And Jeff, says, order number 78. And, the Karen comes up, grabs the burger and sits down. Jeff honestly thinks that there will be nothing else out of this. He was so very wrong. So just for context, there's not a lot of people there, but there are a bunch of seats where you sit down and eat your food. And there's a couple of men sitting down and eating some food. There's a family. There's one guy who seems to be a business guy on his computer, also having a burger. And then there's the Karen. And Jeff is kind of just on his phone, not really paying attention because no one is up there. And then he looks up because he sees the Karen start to walk to the desk. And Jeff is thinking, all right, well, does she also want to get a water? Because she didn't get a water before. I don't really know what she wants, but, he doesn't really think anything of it. And she comes up and she's like, I did not like the burger of the day. And Jeff is like, sorry, I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry you feel that way. Would you like something else? And she's like, no, I want a full refund. And Jeff is like, well, and he looks over and he looks at her plate. The burger's gone. She ate the whole thing. And he's like, ma'am, I can't really give refunds, especially when the food has been touched. And I don't think he could have given refunds otherwise. But she's like, what? Well, what do you mean? No, I didn't like the burger. And then Jeff kind of points out, well, ma'am, you did finish the whole thing. And she said, I had to choke down every bite. I just needed to make sure that I got the vital nutrients I need to survive. And he's thinking to himself, yeah, the vital nutrients you need to survive, aka burger and cheese and bread. Oh, yes, you're flourishing with nutrients and nutrition right now. This is the pinnacle of health standing before me. Obviously, he was getting a bit annoyed, but he's like, ma'am, I'm sorry. I can't give refunds. I don't own this stand. I don't make the rules. I just take burger orders and I just give burger orders. And she's like, no, this is unacceptable. This is ridiculous. I didn't like the burger and you will do something about it. Real quick comment, burger down below. Yeah, some of you guys thought that Karen was going to be secret word of the day. It's not. It is burger. I'm going to try and hard as many people who comment that just to say thank you guys for letting me take a break. And if you want to help out the channel, help boost me a little bit, because I did take a 10-day vacation, and I really appreciate it. Just go ahead and sit down and binge watch like a bunch of videos if you can. It really does help the channel get back into the algorithm, and I would appreciate it. Thank you. Anyways, right, so the Karen is starting to make a scene, and the other people at the tables are looking over. That's also an important detail, because witnesses are very important, as you shall see, because the two men are looking over. And there's one thing about these men that I forgot to mention to you guys. They were police officers, and they were in uniform. They must have just been coming over to get food or something. I don't really know why. But yeah, that's an important little detail for you guys. So the Karen is like, this is ridiculous. I demand a refund. And if you don't give me a refund, I will take my refund. And at this point, Jeff's like, Ma'am, I don't understand what you're trying to say here. I don't know what you mean. I'll take the refund. But remember, ma'am, I don't run the store. This isn't my stand. I can't do anything about this personally. Why don't you understand this? And she's like, no. This is ridiculous. You're not giving me a refund because... yeah, and then she starts having like a brain meltdown at that moment. She's like, and she starts taking her big meaty fist and pounds it on the table. Give me a refund. Give it to me now. Give me that. And at this point, Jeff is just like, I'm not being compensated enough for this. I'm gonna go on strike if she ever comes back. Oh my God. And Jeff was like, I'm so close to leaving. This is why. And sure enough, the Karen continues to pound her fist. Is like, nah, you know what? And then she says, fine. If you're not going to give me the refund, I'm taking the refund. And the Karen does something completely ridiculous. And remember, at this point, people are starting to turn their heads. They're starting to realize that the Karen's being a little crazy at the moment. They're starting to realize this. They're starting to understand that something's going down. So remember, the police officers are now no longer in conversation, no longer really eating their burger. They're watching what's going on. And the Karen reaches over and grabs the cash register. So this was like one of those more old-fashioned cash registers that weren't like attached. It was a burger stand on the side of the road. Like, they can't have anything super high-tech. She grabs the cash register, opens it up, and grabs like two $100 bills. The thing was, right, Jeff doesn't even know why there were hundreds in the cash register. There just were. There was only two as well, and she grabs them. She's like, I'm taking my refund, and you can't do anything about it. And Jeff is just like, oh my God. She's first of all, you can't just take money because you didn't like something. A refund is almost a courtesy in a lot of places, like a lot of restaurants. If they're like, all right, we'll refund you. That's almost a courtesy, right? And second of all, if you're going to refund yourself, which you can't, at least take the $4 or $5 you spent on the burger. Don't just take $200 for a refund. Well, what do you mean? Is the other $195 for like mental angst from like having to have a mediocre burger? Are you serious, dude? But anyways, right, the two police officers, they stand up and they start walking over. And they're like, all right, what's going on over here? And the Karen is like, thank you, officers, for coming. And Jeff just kind of knows that she will not be thanking them for long, man. Bro, she will not be thanking them for long, because there is no chance that they're going to side with her. Yes, actually, she has the right to steal $200 from this mom and pop establishment because she thought the burger was mediocre. Let's go, Karen. Oh, yeah. No. We all know how this is about to go. So sure enough, the Karen starts spouting off about how she didn't enjoy the meal, and he was not giving her the refund that she constitutionally deserved. And first of all, I'm pretty sure that there's no constitutional amendment or anywhere. No, there's not like the burger clause. Oh yeah, I remember in 5th grade we learned about the refund at burger place clause. Oh yeah, it's ringing a bell right now. No. And so the Karen goes on and explains to the officers that she decided to take her own refund. She admitted to stealing $200 from their cash register. And the two police officers look at Jeff and are like, is this true? And Jeff's like, yeah, actually, all of it is true. Jeff expected like her to be like, he was hitting me, he was attacking me, there's money in my hand, how did this get in here? He planted this in my palms. He's trying to get me arrested. But no, she just kind of just went with it. And Jeff's like, yeah, actually. And the two police officers are like, ma'am, we're going to ask you to leave the premises. And if we have any other calls of you coming back here or disturbing the peace around here, we will arrest you. And she just looks at them and is like, what? I did not get my refund. I took what was mine. And they're like, ma'am, we are going to arrest you if you do not leave right now. So the Karen slams the $200 and is like, I'm going on Facebook. I'm going on Yelp. I'm going everywhere and I'm destroying their reviews. And I'm telling all my friends and I know all the powerful people in this neighborhood. Do you know Sharon? Jeff says, no. Well, Sharon is one of the most she's on all the women's boards and the grandmother's boards. She runs the town and this place is going down. You hear me? And Jeff is like, okay, this is, I just work here. It's a summer job. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. The Karen's like, oh, fuck. And she waddles off and the two police officers are like, sorry, son. Hate to see this happen. And Jeff's like, yeah, it's not like the greatest moment of my life, if I'm being honest. Not the greatest moment of my existence, but you know what? We keep living, man. We keep living. And Jeff watches as the Karen walks away.